To many unfamiliar with Xizang, this realm persists in imagination and memory as a distant, sparsely peopled land. Her sparse settlements, her relentless blizzards, and her profound solitude have crystallized in global consciousness as definitive reflections and annotations of this land. Yet this is a land whose forest coverage remarkably leads the nation. Unlike the austere loftiness of northern Xizang, the southeastern ranges lie cloaked in dense forest, the vegetation rising in distinct, storied tiers from gorge floor to snowline. Humid air and abundant water have lavished this region with luxuriant life, weaving a tapestry of biodiversity unrivaled in its richness. Once the forest's hunters, the people have turned from the chase and, in harmony with the same woods, now trace another path of life. Barlu runs a Kongpo Bishu boutique in Bai District, Ningqi City. The moment we met, Barlu spoke of the Kongpo Bishu's new Guinness World Record, his voice trembling, bright with uncontainable joy. In the golden autumn of 2024, 300 archers from Ningqi converged as one, seizing the world record for the largest Bishu tournament ever held. Bishu, the Tibetan word for whistling arrow, has soared across 15 centuries. In Kongpo, no harvest rejoicing nor New Year welcome is complete without this indispensable contest of skill and merriment. The allure of the whistling arrow lies in its singular head, artfully wrought, and in the unmistakable cry it looses the instant it takes flight. At the instant of release, the arrow screams past with a piercing whistle. In Tibet, this cry is called Bishu, the shrill sound. The arrow's crafting is an art of exacting precision, nowhere more so than in the forging of its head. Its clarion cry is born of deliberate craft. A square-cut apex to split the air, a tapering cone to guide the flight, and 4 slender vents circling the shank that set the wind itself to song. Once the arrow is loosed, the wind threads the hollows and rubs against itself, giving birth to that singular, singing cry. Today, mechanized carving has quickened the shaping of arrowheads. Chiseled to a flawless symmetry, each blank is then hand-drilled and burnished, emerging uniform in beauty and bright in tone. Beyond the arrow, the target itself carries the distinct signature of Kongpo. Traditional targets are fashioned from deer or yak hide, stretched taut into a guardian ring that halts arrows that have strayed from the heart. The target ring itself is crafted from discs of black, white, and scarlet leather, each free to spin on its axis. When an arrow finds the heart, the ring slips free and tumbles in midair. At the 2025 Ningqi Peach Blossom Festival, the Bishu display became the festival's brightest jewel. The arrow leaves the string, its cry cleaving the plateau wind. Today, the Kongpo whistling arrow has become a living bond. Scenic parks and village guest houses alike have welcomed it into their courtyards, deepening the travel experience and lifting every visitor's sense of wonder. From the western foot of Mount Namcha Barwa, the Yarlung Sangpo Grand Canyon begins its Thousand Gorge advance. To safeguard the region's rare orchids, Jai Junwen's team has now entered Motuo for the 10th time.
花那么漂亮啊！对，这个在地上的，如果时间久了，它也会烂掉，这里接受不到阳光。咱们放一个在屋里。它这个没有什么苔藓，那我们就种的时候就是选那个上面自带我们带了苔藓回来的，然后我们没有带苔藓的话，然后就种到那个树兜里面去。
In only a few short years, he and his team have translocated and safeguarded more than 200 species of orchids. Motuo's gentle warmth and steady moisture cradle the orchid's every root and leaf. With funding from the Ningqi Municipal Forestry and Grassland Bureau and the Motuo County Bureau sustained since 2024, Jai Junwen's team has founded both the Yarlung Tsangpo Grand Canyon National Nature Reserve Orchid Rescue Garden and the Motuo County Orchid Conservation and Propagation Base. Guided by rigorous scientific methods, these twin sanctuaries now elevate the art and science of orchid protection to new heights. In 1985, the Motuo Nature Reserve was established. In 2000, it was expanded and renamed the Yarlung Changpo Grand Canyon National Nature Reserve. The Yarlung Changpo Grand Canyon harbors one of the richest troves of biodiversity on Earth. 9 vertical life zones unfold here, from the alpine snow and ice belt to the lowland tropical rainforests. Scientists hail it as a living museum of plant forms, the planet's last secret realm, and a hidden Shangri-La. Within the reserve thrive 4,848 species of vascular plants, 512 of bryophytes, 686 of macrofungi, and 209 of rust fungi. For years, researchers have roamed these forests with state-of-the-art instruments and forward-looking vision, studying and safeguarding every stratum of this living ecosystem. Grimm's fairy tale hamlet, the mist-clad tea estate, such are the affectionate names visitors give to Galing Village. To every traveler, Galing is a pocket-sized fabled realm tucked away in Beibeng Township, Motuo County. Here, tea fragrance drifts on open vistas. Clouds rise like steam, and snow-crowned peaks frame the village homes in playful accord.
这是兄弟抱抱在西藏墨脱格林村缥缈茶园观景平台第整整的445天啊！我在这边看到了南迦巴瓦日照金山整整的60。
Known online as Brother Hug, this streamer was spellbound the instant he first set foot in Galing Village, and, without a moment's hesitation, appointed himself its volunteer herald. Once Galing Village lay deep within mountain forests, scarce in arable land and severed from the world by tortuous trails. The villagers drew their living from paddy and maize alone, and days passed in quiet hardship. With the opening of the Motuo Highway, Galing Village underwent a metamorphosis. Gifted by the Yarlung Shangpo Grand Canyon, Galing seized the twin callings of tea to found the village, tourism to lift it higher. Contoured hills now host 100 acres of tea terraces, while every household has reshaped its dwelling into a family inn. At dawn, the tea terraces vanish into a sea of cloud, a sight the locals whimsically dub the Misty Dream Garden. From the Misty Dream Garden's viewing platform, the vista suddenly opens into boundless clarity. Vapors coil along the gorge. On either shore, jade-dark summits rise like twin brushstrokes on silk. Far away, Mount Namcha Barhwa drifts in and out of view, a realm of immortals poised between cloud and light, holding every gaze in rapt stillness. The forest, too, bears other faces and harbors other ways of life. On the shores of the beautiful Basumtso, the people of Jueba village seized the moment of ecotourism and turned the ancient magnetism of their gang dance into the engine of prosperity. Perhaps Pema Tashi has never fully grasped that his dream is in truth the beauty of cultural inheritance, an unbroken gene flowing in his blood, thriving by the luminous shores of Basumtso, where Jueba village stands eternal and alive.
都更现在这样都干不来。
应该根错。
这么个上头，这上这个。溜呢。
噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔。
当然不，他更上这个更稍微的不过，我记得他不当然这个跟那个兄弟不对吧？都，我记得他当然这些的来过，
Inheritance is a bridge, spanning the gulf between what was and what will be. On the lakeshore, that bridge not only unites Pasang and Peimatashi in the shared cadence of the gang dance, it also forges a fresh gloss upon history and culture, inscribed by the hand of time itself. Highest virtue is like water. It benefits all things and contends with none. In this once forgotten village, the people have never forgotten that the immaculate lake has nourished every passing year, blending its purity with their own creed of kindness, diligence, and ardent devotion to life. Amid China's prevailing east-west ranges, this great sweep of land, sculpted by 6 rivers and 7 mountain chains, stands as a singular geographical marvel. The Hengduan Mountains, Earth's own pleated epic, carved into legend. It begins in Yunnan's eastern highlands, traverses Xizang's western peaks, links to Sichuan's northern ranges, and greets Yunnan's southern valleys, where Myanmar unfolds. This monumental divide marks China's great topographic descent, where the roof of the world gives way to mist-laden chasms.
今天我们的主要任务是去看看最近我们这个小长村湖区在什么地方活动。走，主要是衣服吧。
Forest Ranger Zarin has spent more than 20 years within the Markham Yunnan Snub-Nosed Monkey National Nature Reserve in Chamdo, Xizang. The reserve's primary mandate is the safeguarding of its forested ecosystems and the wild flora and fauna they harbor. Among them stands the Yunnan snub-nosed monkey, a species accorded first-class national protection.
这就是猴子的粪便的，时间长了的话，这样一睡就睡了，可能味道也没有。新鲜粪便的话，味道重得很。反正猴子的话，一旦的话，它就要12点过后，它绝对要睡午觉。睡午觉以后，不容易发现它没有什么动静，所以早上早点起床。哎，看猴子没有回声，我们应该吼几下， 那个时候还搞了几下个，我炸，那我们就听到了猴子大概方向。我呀，兄弟们，你们也是天天去巡山的。去年开始，就我们这边的做科研人就越来越多了，必须要把各个的山的路要记清楚。林子比较大，所以我们要分组。你们俩一组嘛，年轻人，吃好赶紧这么事，马上胡子要睡觉了。这个他的这个方式，我们那个怎样？那个走，啊，你们往下这个找几下。喂。我的酒怕酒都没有认识，是，别的酒肉不得按照的是，我当地就是，我刚才看这意思是。
老弟，这怎么？
六，今年少开始了，反正塘西今年少一俺住，塘西住人的俺人呢，住俺身体里头的。喂，这老子的猪，看着你，我这个怎弄？这个弄，这里好。
Thanks to vigilant conservation, Xizang remains one of Earth's most pristine realms. Xizang now hosts 47 nature reserves of every rank and category. Their combined expanse, stretching across 412,200 square kilometers, while more than 600,000 square kilometers have been placed within the ecological conservation red line, over half the region's total land area. For over 50,000 guardians, like Forest Ranger Saren, their sacred vow is clear: to fortify the plateau's ecological bulwark, uphold China's conservation mandate, preserve ecosystems in primal wholeness, rescue rare species from extinction's brink, and sustain the sacred continuum from peaks to permafrost. This is no distant ideal, but a covenant etched in their bootprints across the land. A palpable transformation is unfolding in people's lives, and the land breathes anew. Nestled in eastern Xizang's mountainous gorges, the town of Shoudun marks the convergence of Sichuan Xizang and Yunnan Xizang ancient trails, serving as the grandest caravanserai along the Tea-Horse Road, where centuries of hoofbeats still resonate in its stone courtyards. Across the long arc of centuries, bolts of cloth, silks, and porcelain from the interior journeyed along this route to markets in South Asia, while mules, horses, hides, and medicinal herbs from the frontier flowed back through Shuodu to the heartlands. That afternoon, Lobsang Jiangcun, guardian of the lion dance tradition, arrives at Shuodu Town Primary School, guiding the children
大家还第一个给兄弟过上来，把不是个小，不个小，要拍着。
Lobsang Jiangtun has 3 children, steeped in the rhythm of drums and the swirl of manes since infancy. They too burn with a quiet passion for the lion dance. In quiet hours, Lobsang Jiangtun gathers his eldest and second-born in the courtyard to rehearse the lion's measured leaps, while their not yet 3-brother darts between them, seizing any lull to pound a quick bright tattoo on the drum. The lion dance of Shuodu, the art of crafting unity pastries, and the time-honored technique for making Shuodu raw fermented pickles are all recognized as intangible cultural heritage at the level of Chamdo City. The Shuodu lion dance arrived with Qing dynasty garrison troops, then wedded itself to local steps until by the mid to late Qing, its roar resounded across every courtyard. It is the crystalline offspring of the Tibet and Han encounter, a living relic still breathing in every drumbeat. From the Yuan dynasty to the present, the people here have flowed together like a steady river, marrying across ethnicity and homeland-sharing customs and daily life. Green forests, rivers, and mountains have always been intertwined with life and vitality. Between 1978 and 1979, China dispatched a scientific expedition to the Chamdo region of Xizang, unearthing a prehistoric plateau settlement of profound significance, and the celebrated Karuo twin-bodied pottery jar emerged as the emblem of an early comparatively sophisticated agrarian civilization in Xizang. This discovery thrusts Xizang's past back 4 to 5 millennia. Even then, exchanges among all Chinese ethnicities began on this land and flourished together. It is a soaring highland of sweeping snow peaks, wide-roaming plains, and racing rivers, etched by intricate landforms. 4 colossal mountain ranges stride across the vast horizon, cleaving this planet's youngest land into regions of strikingly distinct character. These sharply differing regional characters give birth to and sustain Xizang's majestic, many-splendored culture. Among the plateau's people, the tenacity of life and the unceasing pursuit of beauty are rooted in this very cultural lineage. This lineage was heaven-wrought and earth-bestowed, an inseparable braid where ecological genes and civilizational growth intertwine, its roots sunk deep and unshakable.
清澈